Alright, this is a quick overview video because I haven't seen anybody do anything on these. I am not a professional builder, no pro engine builder, anything like that. These are just some heads that I bought that I hope we're going to make some good power from this engine that I'm building right now, this 440. Anyway, the Edelbrock 5093 is the part number. And I got to say, a lot of people are bragging on it, but I wasn't that impressed with what I found out of the box. This is the second set of heads I got. And the first heads, like this valve tip would be like 4,000 or 14 thousandths too low, and then this would be like 16 thousandths too high. And the heads just kind of, the valve tips just kind of meandered up and down like this. On the first set of heads I got, I only pulled one out of the box, and when I saw that, I just sent the heads back. I said I don't want them, and they sent these out, which were a lot better. On the other set of heads, I think either this valve or the one at the other end was 14 thousandths too low, and I decided to keep them and buy some adjustable rocker arms for them. The next problem I found was I vacuum tested all the ports, all the valve seals, the seats, and this valve was leaking. This valve was leaking. This valve was leaking. The other head was fine, but these three, not so great. And so I thought, oh man, 3-angle grind, that's going to be a bear. How am I going to clean those up? You know, just the basic tools that I have. You know, I don't have a machine, a valve grinding machine. So anyway, when I went to pull this valve out, what do I find? Just a stock, ordinary valve seat. It's not a 3-angle grind, it's just a regular old valve, which is fine for my application. I'm just running a 488 lift cam. It's nothing massive, but still, these all had to be lapped. You know, this had to be fixed. This had to be fixed. Had to be fixed. All of these ports here, as you can see, I had to go down in here and take the sharp corners off of all of these on the exhaust. And these aren't really that bad compared to what I found. The intakes were really ugly. As you can see, I had to go pretty deep into that intake in order to clean up the edges and all the burrs, and they were all like that, pretty bad on all of them. Anyway, another problem I noticed when I was cleaning up these valves was they're not all stainless steel as Edelbrock claims. This is the exhaust valve, and as you can see, it's stainless steel. The magnet isn't wanting to stick to it. But this intake mount valve, yeah, as you can see, that magnet is clearly sticking. All the intake valves are just steel, which is, again, it's okay, but they're claiming that these are stainless steel 3-angle valve grind. And another thing they claimed was that these valve springs can take a 600 lift cam. They're not even close to that. Like I said, I had a 488 lift cam that I'm using, and I checked these springs in my buddy's shop, and they're 120 on the seat, and maybe 120, a little over 120 on the seat, and they varied a little bit, between 123 and 120 on the seat, and open, they were around 285 at 400 lift. So anyway, I just wasn't that wowed by it. These are not going to be able to take a 600 lift cam. They're barely strong enough to break in my 488 cam, and then I'll have to pull them off and then put some beefier springs on it. So anyway, that's my thoughts on this Edelbrock head. I wasn't super wowed by them. Edelbrock didn't thrill me, and I'm glad I pulled them apart and checked them. Can you run them? And you know, if you have a couple little leaks, I mean, they weren't massive leaks. They were, you know, maybe they would seal themselves up after running a while. I don't know, but again, I'm not a pro builder. I can't afford to take any chances. I gotta, you know, I'm a plastic gauge kind of guy. I got a caliper and some feeler gauges and stuff, but I'm no pro mechanic. I don't have a machine shop. I have to make sure that this stuff is as close as I can possibly get it anyway. You know, I check these valve tips with a straight edge, and again, like I said, on the other head, that one was low, I think down here, or the other one, I can't remember, but the first set of heads were really bad. So just some thoughts. I hadn't seen anybody do a video on these Edelbrock heads, and I thought I'd share. So anyway, that's my 2 cents.